We unite, we ignite.
Greetings, our wonderful viewers. This is the Propellers Show with your host, Eric Kamiti. Remember last time we had a guest in our show who made everything move from bitter to better. And this was none other than Reinhard Atela. And remember where we left our story at Prophet Atela. We are just about to go on with that story to hear more of what he prophesied, what came to pass, what didn't come to pass, and all other things that we actually want to know about him, including, is God broke? Stay tuned for this wonderful episode.
On Propeller Show, itola pensi. On Propeller Show, there are hearts that need healing. There are souls that need to be revived. Itola pensi on your favorite show. Itola pensi.
Prophet Atela. That is where we left our viewers last time.
Yes.
So tell us more about Prophet Atela, what he prophesied, what came
I
to
can't
pass.
even remember some of the things I prophesied.
Yes.
But basically what happened, I think I got so religious to the extent that I even believed I would get an A over 84 points through prayer.
In Opanga.
No, now I'm in Mbale High School.
Okay.
Remember, I transitioned to Mbale in Form 2.
Yes.
So while in Form 3, things have happened. I'm running away from a reality that I left in Kisumu, so I have to really be prayerful. So I got into prayers. I was so much into prayers. So I started prophesying. So the only thing I can remember, about my prophecies.
Yes.
There's a guy who came to me telling me he need help, and I told him everything about his family. I don't know how I did that, because even right now I'm not a prophet. So let nobody inbox me. You need a prophecy anyway.
And it was not the occult power that was after you.
This time around I was God. I was so into God.
Wow.
I actually remember prophesying to the director of studies of our school that he would be the principal of our school. Wow. This teacher
And it came to pass.
It came to pass. Oh, rest in peace. He died a few weeks ago. Okay. But he died the principal of Mbale High School. Wow. That stuck our friendship even after school. Wow. So those are some of the prophecies. Anyway, let me jump.
Yes. So now that you're here, you're almost through with your high school.
Yes.
You're believing that you're actually going to score an A of 84 points.
Yes.
Did that come to pass?
No, it didn't.
Things went
actually
haywire. Yes.
I really started focusing on the part of getting an A. I was going from class to class, inspiring the students how anything is possible. Here I am, my anything is to get an A of 84 points. Then one day in Form 4 now, I've started a business back at home. I touched on that a little bit now. I started phone business. I bought phones and had a bureau and put it there, so somebody used to sell phones for me. And that helped me run my life. Form 3 and now Form 4.
Okay.
So
where did you get the capital to buy these phones?
It's a hidden story. You remember one day I was chased with police.
Yes,
and
with a substance that was not very legal.
Yes. So what I did, I told this guy they had taken the substance, right? You remember that?
Yes, I do.
So I went to the Mwindi and told him, you know what? Give me any amount of money you can, and I will give you this thing.
So whatever you ran away with,
yes,
is also for your good.
So I sold it to this guy, and he gave me some good money, which I started a business with.
Now that was the beginning of the entrepreneur we see today?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started the business with a capital of around 200 Gs. 200,000 from the sale of that stuff.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. So, for the sake of our abroad viewers.
Yes. So I had money now flowing in Form 3 and Form 4. Remember, those students were also trusting me with their money.
You are still doing the saving scheme for them.
Yes, saving scheme.
Spend and save.
So I'm now in Form 4.
Yeah.
I want to focus on education. And I'm focusing on education and forgetting I have a business back at home. And the guy in charge of my business took my stock and ran away with it. So I lost my business.
So it was a downfall.
Yes, complete downfall. But now I don't know. That was the good thing, because in Form 5 I was mostly in school. I used to study, waking up at 3 a.m. before everybody else, going to sleep the latest, and I knew God was going to reward my efforts and my hard work. Then one night, as I was studying, something hit me so hard. That what if you don't get an A? Would that be the end of your life? I wanted to be an engineer. I always dreamt to be an aeronautical engineer. Then in third term, I'm jumping a lot of things so that I get to the peak of my story.
Yes.
So in third term, I focused on Kiswahili and maths, which were my worst subjects. And I loved physics, biology, chemistry. No, it was Kiswahili, chemistry, and maths. So I loved the rest because I was doing 3 sciences, geography, and business. So I focused on the worst subjects and left my best subjects, knowing that these ones I'll get an A. So these ones, if I get an A, I'll have my 84. Funnily, I failed my best subjects and passed my worst subjects.
Too bad.
So I got 61 points, and that year they took 62 points
To the university.
So
you
I'd
missed it
university.
by a point.
So when I was told that, I almost ran mad.
I can imagine, did actually that feel that it's the end of my life?
It was the end of my life.
It was actually the end of your life.
To me, it was the end of my life, because my family had expectations that I would go to university, I would pass, and so that was like a joy to them, because I was a very smart son from the family. So when I didn't get that, I saw disappointment in my mom and in my brothers. And so now I had to face another phase of life, where I have no hope in God, because He had failed me. I didn't get 84. I don't have God to trust. My brothers have lost hope in me. They can't even take me to university through parallel. They advised me to go back and repeat. I said, I'm not going. If I could not get it, if God could not help me, so I lost my hope, my faith in God.
So everything was crumbling down on you?
As I watch, my business is gone. I don't have any connection now. My brothers have lost hope in me. I have lost hope in myself.
And even in God?
Yeah, and even in God.
Were you mad at God at that time?
Very mad. I felt like God had messed me up. Until one day, 1 year later, I was praying. That was now 2009. I'd left home, came to stay with my brother in Nairobi, but the brother who used to work in Kenya. And so one night he left the house, went to do his drinking spree. So I've been in the house for 2 weeks with no food. So I was ready to die. And I told God, I'm a mess. I don't want to leave. Let me go home. So I went to a chemist and told the doctor to give me rat. That was the most dangerous poison by that time.
Don't tell us you wanted to end your life.
Yes, I was going to end my life.
Thank God you didn't.
Oh, hallelujah.
We wouldn't be having such a show today. Yeah.
So the doctor, I think, the chemist had realized that I was going to kill myself. So instead, he ground, I think it's either Panadol or something, and gave it to me, telling me this is the poison.
So in your mind it is poison,
yes,
but in the real sense it isn't.
So I go to the house, put on TV, because I'd not eaten for over 2 months. 2 weeks, sorry.
2 weeks, yeah.
I could drink water, cook a few unga that is left in the house. I don't cook actually. I roast on fire, put salt and eat. So this night, I'm ready to end my life. I put on TV. And 3 different stations spoke the same word. Young man, you're going through everything. Hell has broken loose against you. But your miracle is on the way. Switch to the next station. A different pastor, T.D. Jakes. There comes a time in life when everything seems to have no sense. But don't hold on right there, for your miracle is on the way.
They're like, what are these people telling me?
Trust me, 3 different preachers, 3 different stations saying the same word. And I was like, what's happening here? So I took my poison, notwithstanding, drank it, went to sleep, only to wake up with birds.
What
you know
a
how that
surprise.
is,
You are feeling like,
disappointing.
am I in hell or heaven?
No. That was so disappointing. But that was the turnaround of my life. because that morning the landlord came and chased me out of the house because my brother had not paid rent for 3 months.
Wow.
So I have to face another phase of my life, being a street kid. Because I called all my relatives in Nairobi, all of them could not host me. So I walked to this how do we call it? It's, where the buses park. Is it Kenya? Not Kenya bus. Bus station, yes.
Yeah.
So I walked Machakos bus station.
Country
That's the
bus.
place, right? Country
bus, yes.
So I get there, hoping that I would find somebody to take me back home. Because my eldest bro back there is telling me, I told you to teach in my school, you refused. Now suffer, die your own death. No, he was joking. I thought he was serious. But then I arrived there, there's nobody to take me. Then around 1 a.m., I'm still here, I saw a group of 3 boys. That is why part of the organization Eden Kenya, one of the things I do is to work with the street kids because they helped my life. My brother, on the other hand, announced back at home that I've gone mad. So anybody who picks me should bring me back home. But me, I'm in the street. I stayed there for close to a month. These kids could go out, look for food, and bring it to me. They used to call me Buddha. Buddha weni, Buddha wetu. So they took care of me for almost 21 days, close to a month.
In the streets of Nairobi?
In the streets of Nairobi towards Kariobangi. I stayed in Kariobangi. We walked that night from the city center to Kariobangi. I'd never walked that long, and I've never walked that long anymore. So what happened, my brother, one of my brothers called Steve, met me going to Neno evangelism with my street boys. Because by that time, my faith in God came back. You remember, hold on, your miracle is on the way. So he met me walking in the street going to Neno evangelism, and he picked me and he told me, let's go home. And I told him, I can't go home. I have a home in Nairobi. So we went to Kariobangi where we had our container. He saw where I was staying and he told me, I beg you, let's just go home. So I agreed to go home. And that was the day I wrote down again. Remember, my first writing was in class 7.
Class 7, I remember.
And now I have to write again. But this time around, I was writing the ordeal that I went through in my brother's house. So when I presented this to him, he was like, Reinhard, did you write this? I said, yes, you can be a very good writer. So this, I don't know what he did with my articles. He sold them and brought me 4,000 shillings. I was 4,000 shillings rich.
Wow.
So I used the money to go back home because he was also struggling by that time. So when I got home, I told my brother all the story. He told me, let's start a school. So I started working as a community teacher, being paid 1,500. Then I became the head teacher of the school, and so my salary increased to 2,500.
That was around which year?
2014.
Okay.
No, 2009. Sorry.
Okay.
2000. I left Nairobi 2009 towards the end. So I go back home, find my brother's school at class 2. So I shot it to class 7. I gathered students from all over poaching. Then we started the school. So I was paid 4,500 as now head teacher. My salary had increased. So what happened? I now started learning the principles of saving and tithing. So I would give tithe of my money and the rest I save and give my mom a little bit. And through this, I could buy hens, goats, and sheep. So I'm starting business here. So everybody keeps telling me, I don't have a capital. Please, capital is there. The little you have is your capital. So I bought chicken and started poultry farm. And I'm a teacher also. And I was sleeping in one of my brother's house. This is another long story, but I will really have to cut.
Yeah. Because we really want to know how Eden Kenya was born.
Yes.
What it stands for.
Anyway.
And we get to your book.
God.
Yes.
The story is too long. But
your story is actually a movie.
A movie. That's what I say.
When you think about writing it down as a movie.
I'm actually writing the story of my life in a book called The Destiny Kid.
The Destiny Kid.
Yes.
So that's what we expect from you
next. Yes, that's my next project.
Wow.
The Destiny Kid.
We'll definitely look out for it.
Definitely.
Yes.
So in 2011, I was sleeping in my other brother, Steve's house. It was made of mud. So I remember one night, the wall fell on me. Remember now I'm really prayerful. I've gone back to God and I'm praying a lot. So when the wall
Yes,
fell on me,
yes.
I was advised to go and sleep in the orphanage because my brother had an orphanage,
Yes.
we have a church, and then the school. I said, no, I'm not going to accept orphan spirit in me. God has walked with me through it all, I will stick here. So I went and slept in my mom's veranda for 2 weeks, waiting for rains to stop so that I can go back to my beautiful cage. So one night, I started praying. Okay, all along I used to pray a lot. From around 9 p.m., I could pray all the way till around even 5. So this one night changed my life. I remember praying, having dug a foundation for a house without money, 2-bedroom house. I dug a foundation with my savings and told people I will build. So faith crept in. So now faith is beginning to create things in me. So this night as I was praying and going around the foundation, something spectacular happened. This was physical, I was not dreaming. As I was praying, I saw something like a ball of light coming from heaven towards my head. And I watched it, I got so terrified. Then I started speaking in tongues. All of a sudden it disappeared. I thought it was a UFO. But in the darkness, I had a voice speak to me, literal voice. Reinhard, your life will never remain the same again.
Was this a voice of someone you knew?
No, I can't lie. It was a strange voice in the darkness. Reinhard, your life will never remain the same again.
Wow.
That is the day I woke up. It was on a Friday. So Saturday I went, told the orphans how I met God, and God spoke to me and people laughed. Sunday I testified in church that God spoke to me that my life would never remain the same.
Of course, no one believed you.
Nobody.
Yes.
Nobody. Monday, of course, that Sunday I went again and tried to kill myself, commit suicide, because a voice told me, what if it doesn't happen? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I carried a phone here for the sake of that day.
Show us, please. Yes.
This was the type of phone I had.
Okay.
That's why I love this phone.
You can actually show it better at our camera.
This Kabambe was the phone I had. But then I saw a number calling my phone. Plus 447. And I picked it and I was like, hello. Hello, Reinhard, my name is Catherine Archer. Please talk to me. I'm a widow. I have cancer. And I'm like, who is this? Hawa ni wakora wa Kenya. King.
Wakamiti.
Yes. Then she called again. And this time around she told me, please, I just want you to pray for me. And I prayed with this woman on phone. She was in the UK. When I asked her who gave her my number, she claimed that she took my number from my sister, which was true. My eldest sister had been interacting with this woman for some time. This woman tells me that I just pray for her. Remember, I have a foundation there. So I prayed for her. She went, got tested for cancer. And the cancer, which was 8 centimeters, had shrunk to 2.5.
Wow.
And she told me, God has told me to bless you. And he's told me you have something you're seeking him for. How much money do you want? I told him, if God told you, he should have told you how much I want. And long story short, the woman sent me 83,000 shillings. Wow. I went, bought iron sheets, bricks. Now I had iron sheets, I had bricks, I had a little bit of cement, but no money to proceed.
Yes.
A week later, she tells me God has told him that the money she sent me was little.
So she added
another 1,000 pounds, which was 130,000, 103,000.
Yeah.
I continued. I built my faith house, and now it's there in the village.
So if we go there today, we are able to see the house.
We have the faith house.
Was built
2
out
bedroom.
of, wow.
Now, the woman from that day tells me that the Lord has spoken to her that she has to support me all through my life.
Wow.
And all she needs is my mom to accept that she becomes my foster mother. And I talked to my mom and my mom agreed. So Catherine Archer comes into the scene as my other mother now. And she tells me every project I have, I tell her. And that is how I got into business. Leaving home in 2014, December, I went to Kisumu now. She sent me some little capital. I started business there. That's how I started my steel industry Fidelity Group International. Yes. So it grew so fast, made good money, and because money comes, when it comes at the wrong time, it corrupts you.
Yes.
So money came, and so I got myself involved into every bad thing you can think about. Because I had the money, so I had all the women I was looking for. I had every access to anything I was looking for. So because of that, I stopped communicating with my mother in the UK. I lost touch with God again and got myself into bad life.
So you were lost all
Lost
over
again.
Yeah.
And I lost all the money that I'd ever made from that company. Of course, it's now back to life.
It's revived, yes.
So when I lost the money, something happened. God was telling me, son, come back home. I got born again. This time around, no turning back.
Not turning back.
And God told me, tell my people I'm not broke. I can make them
When was
very rich.
Because I can see one of the captions of your book is Discover the Hidden Treasures for Wisdom and Wealth Accumulation.
So I have started a business in 2015, right?
Yeah.
It has grown so fast. Within 8 months, I applied a strategy that made the capital that I was given, which was just 215,000 shillings, to grow to millions of shillings. It's a strategy that I've talked about in this book.
In this book.
Yes. So God told me to tell his people that he's not broke. When I lost the money, God revived me back to himself. He denied me the provision so that I could go back to him. And the story in this book is how I got myself restructured.
So basically, this book tells us about your story.
No. The lessons that I've learned, I translated them into consumables.
Wow.
So I don't tell you my story in the book. Actually, I've just touched on my story.
So these are nuggets of wisdom.
Nuggets
right
of wisdom.
here.
Just to help you to discover how you can accumulate wealth and live a successful life as a believer.
This is your first book?
That is my first book. I wrote it in 2015 towards the end. Having lost my business, God brought me back, and I moved from Kisumu to Nairobi now. So my life started in Nairobi. And I wrote my second book, You Can Rise Again.
You Can Rise Again.
Which is wisdom that I learned from the failures that I had. Why did I fail? Because I've always learned something, that failure should refine you.
Wow.
It should not define you.
Wow.
Most people let their failures define them. So for me, failure refined me and gave me a new perspective of life. So I have 7 books.
Wow.
And all the 7 books talks about one thing: discovering your purpose, your potential, and why you're placed on this earth. Because that is what made Reinhard the director of Eden Kenya. Not the problems per se. Yes, they as I said, they refined me. But then I found that within me, the reason as to why I had all the challenges I was going through was because I had a purpose.
Tell us a little bit about Eden Kenya.
Eden Kenya is an organization that I founded a year and a half ago. Having been into business and into the world of motivational speaking, doing what I loved doing, I interacted with so many people struggling. So I said that now I want to give back to the society. So I founded Eden Kenya to be able to channel a few of whatever God has given me back to my people. So we run 4 programs. The first program is called Elimisha Mtoto Initiative. So Elimisha Mtoto Initiative helps around 40 children right now in high school, because I know what
within
it means.
Nairobi City
not
or
not
in
really,
the country?
in my village.
Okay.
But then we are thinking of transforming Eden Kenya into an NGO so that we can work in different parts of the country. So currently I'm limited to my constituency. So we have 40 kids in school. We offer sponsorship, We also offer mentorship and training programs on how to be able to succeed in your school life. Then the other program is called EWEP, Eden Widows Empowerment Program, where we are helping women to be empowered. We train them on how to make soaps, how to make carpets, and then they look for market, and then they get money back to them. And that is one program that I really cherish because of my mother. So whenever I remember how it was with my mother, I see so many mothers in my mother.
So it was an inspiration from your mom?
Yes. Then we also have a program called Eden Cares. Eden Cares is a health program, an ambitious health program that I want to roll out for my people in the village to give access to free medical health for young children between 0 to 3, pregnant mothers, and old people in the society. The last program is an environmental program where we are insisting on planting 2 million trees before 2022, because 2022 I'll be there on the ballot, not to run but to win.
Wow.
So,
wow, I love that.
Yes.
So 2022, you're running for which seat?
Member of Parliament.
Which
I won't mention
constituency?
where,
Ah.
but be ready.
So
we are coming for you.
We'll just see the posters around.
Yes, sir.
Wow,
So-
that is amazing. So we were at You Can Rise Again,
Yes.
book number 2. So
You Can Rise Again.
yeah, book number 3.
Book number 3 is called Wake Up, Walk Out. I'm not saying them in any kind of order. Wake Up, Walk Out is a book that inspires people to just identify who they are. Because the moment, brother, what I realized, the moment you get to know who you are, nothing will hold you down.
Wow.
Nothing will hold you down.
So self-knowledge means you're limitless.
Knowing your identity, bro, brings no limitation.
Wow.
Because people live not knowing who they are. As I was telling you, most people die at 25, but are buried at 70. Why? They are living a life of who am I really? But unless you answer these basic fundamental questions, number 1, who are you? Your identity is not based on where you came from. Who was your mother? Because you cannot choose where you're born, but you can choose where you're buried. The good news.
Wow.
That everybody listening to me today has the ability to choose where they're being buried. Who becomes your mother is none of your choice. So the first question, who am I? The moment you answer that question, which many people answer wrongly, I am a doctor, I am an engineer. That is not who you are, that is what you do. Who you are is fundamentally based on where you come from. Where is your path? And our path is found in God. The moment you take man out of the place of God, you take man out of the place of their purpose. So that's the first question. The second question, why am I here? Your purpose. Why am I here? If you don't answer that question right, you live the rest of your life wishing and wondering that, why is life so hard? The third question, where am I going? What's your destiny?
Wow.
Because most people are living today. Bro, there's a life after today. Of course, I love the fact that today has 1 O, yesterday has no O, tomorrow has 3.
Wow.
Why? Tomorrow has more opportunities for you.
Wow.
So everything that happened in the past, let them remain there. If I would go back and start blaming myself for the mistakes that I did in the past, meeting the wrong people in the past, they actually made me who I am today. Because I've learned several lessons based on the things I went through.
Wow. So after you answer those 3 questions, you're good to go.
Fundamental, you're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready. And if you don't answer them well, bro, you'll have to repeat failure. Sometimes failure is not there because you're a bad person or you're not smart or you're not called for that area. No, sometimes failure is a signal that God is telling you, you know what, there's a lesson you've not learned that you have to learn. So you keep repeating the class, you see? So the failures that we witness in our life should not be used as a point to surrender. The only failure I have known in my life is the guy who said, I can't do it, and surrendered. There is opportunity and hope for any man who is still alive and breathing.
Wow.
There's opportunity for all of
That
us.
is so amazing. So as we wrap up the interview,
Yes.
You can kindly let our viewers know where they can find your books.
Yes.
And where they can find you, because I'm sure there are them that are like, wow, this man Reinhard has built up my life.
Yes.
So you can probably let us even know your social media pages, so that at least we can know where we can find you before we find you in 2022.
My great and wonderful friends and viewers of Propeller Show, today I have a very simple message that I believe can turn your life around. I believe in you. And I don't just say this because I want to make you feel good. But one thing I have to tell you, that life is a fight for territory. That's the only thing I remember my dad telling me, that life is a fight for territory. You stop fighting for what you don't want will automatically take over. So from today, start fighting for the things you hate. Fight them. Fight them. You have the ability to change your story. You have the ability to craft a new script of your life. All that you need to do is to awaken the giant that is sleeping in you. Don't let any intimidation come down and tell you can't make it, because you can. To be able to reach me, I'm on Facebook at Prince Reinhard Atela. Let's connect, let's hook up there. On Instagram, for those who love following pictures, I keep posting a few pictures of myself there, Prince Reinhard. On Twitter, I'm at Atela Ray. On YouTube, I have a YouTube channel where I post a few videos, and of course, I'll inspire you there. I'm at Reinhard Atela. And of course, you can get a copy of any of my books. The last book right now is called Unleash the Hero Within. It will upturn you and cause you to just wake up to another dimension of yourself. To be able to get my books, you can go to Amazon. Wherever you are, Amazon.com, Amazon.de, wherever market region you are in, you'll be able to get my book. Just type my name or type the name of the book that you're looking for, and you'll be able to get it. You can also be able to call me at this number, 0729 93 1532. I will repeat, +254 for those abroad, +254 729 93 1532. Let's hook up, let's connect, because something great is going to be awakened in you. For this show that you watched, you're never gonna remain the same again. I'm telling you the truth.
Thank you so much, our wonderful viewers. That was Reinhard Atela, the one that has changed his story from zero to hero. He has actually made his mess a message. I believe you can also do that, because destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. I believe I'll be seeing you here next month with a whole new refreshing story. And make sure you subscribe, you comment, because we value your feedback. Share this message so that it can reach so many people, because we want to realize that actually God is not broke. If he was able to change the story of Reinhard, I am sure he is able to change your own story. This is your host, Eric Kamiti. Until next time, God bless you.